Hello everybody, my name is Janvi Patel. So I'm doing a video with my face after so long. Okay, welcome to my channel and welcome to my channel saying Expedite Maverick Miracles. I'm Janvi and I'm talking to you from India. And thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channel, who contacted me. Thank you so much for liking the videos. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. Thank you so much for connecting and doing everything, different things that I post on the channel and sharing your feedback. So thank you so much. So let's get on to today's topic, which is I'm going to talk about Akashas, Akashic space, contract clearing and manifestation in the Akashas. Okay, so a lot of people have been questioning me lately that what is the Akashas and what is Akashic space and what is contract clearing and things like that. So I'll go step by step. All right. So the Akashas, okay, they are an etheric library. They're literally, Akash means space or ether, and sky. It's a Sanskrit word, and in India it means sky. So it means like the library of all the souls that have ever lived in the sky, okay, and the record of all the souls that have ever lived in the sky. So if you watch Game of Thrones, you have the maester, right, like the priest and the advisor, and with Castle Black. Yeah, in Castle Black and with the Night's Watch, there's Samuel Tarly, and there is the Maester Aegon Targaryen, right? So they're always like reading these books, and there's a citadel and it's full of books, and it's about everything that has ever happened in the history of Westeros. Who married who did the wedding ceremony, who killed whom, how did this one die, how did that one die, what happened in their game. Everything is written. Okay, so similarly in the Akashic records, every soul, okay, however you have lived, whether you've lived as a human, whether you've lived as an animal, however you have lived, you may have lived as a fairy or a mermaid also. So everything is written. Everything that has happened in the history of the world and that will happen in the history of the world is written in the Akashas. Okay, so on a personal level and also on a planetary level. There's Edgar Casey or Edgar Casey. He's a very famous Akashic reader, and he used to like go into a trance and read. He would just channel and give information that this will happen on this day in so many years, or so on and so forth. He predicted a lot of things. So many times we access the Akashas even unconsciously, or with like indeliberately or undeliberately through meditations and stuff, wherein we get messages that are helpful to us or they are helpful to other people. Okay, so once again, the Akashas are a library, an etheric, which means it's not paper, it's not actual. Okay, etheric means energetic, right, or in space, or that which does not have, like, it's not tangible. Okay, you can feel it, you can see it in your third eye, but you can't hold it, you can't touch it, it's not tangible. Okay, so it is an etheric library in the sky, okay, or in space, of all the souls that have ever lived, and everything that soul has ever done. So it's your soul, your family's soul, family members, anybody and everybody you can think of, they have an Akashic record. And then we can learn to read these records, for our benefit, for the benefit of other people, for healing, for clearing and things like that. There is a process to learn to read it. Okay, but in this video I'm not talking about reading Akashic records. I'm talking about two processes that I teach, which are Akashic processes, and of course the Akashic energy, or the energy of the Akashas is very high, it's very fine, it's very fast moving. You can also imagine it like the halls or the libraries in Harry Potter. It comes like that, or you can imagine it as any magical library you have seen in even if there was a library in Lord of the Rings. So ancient times, like huge pillars and very high ceilings and golden energy. That is the way I perceive Akashas. That is the way other people, some of the other readers I know, they also perceive Akashas like that. Maybe 6 years ago when I learned Akashic reading, I perceived it differently. It was more spacey at that time. But as you change and as times change, your perception of the Akashas and the way you view them also changes. Alright. So, and yeah, and it's also what the pictures that you hold in your mind, and what your picture is of a library, what your picture is of olden times. But whatever everybody sees is relevant, is important, is true. Everybody sees things in their own way. Okay, but obviously in all the visions that people have, there will be something common, and whatever, however you channel it, access it, it should feel true, it should ring true, it should feel like it's coming from a different source. All right, so now let's talk about contract clearing and the akashas. So as we have records in our soul, records of our soul, and then the soul record is in the akashas. Everybody has done different things with different people, with themselves, through different lifetimes. Okay, so when we are interacting with different people, not every interaction is a happy one, not every interaction is an easy one. Not every relationship is easy. Some relationships are very difficult. So as we go from one life to another, we carry that baggage with us, energetic, emotional baggage. It can also be physical baggage, in the sense you can have manifestations of that baggage in terms of your health. You can have financial issues, you can have issues with success, so on and so forth. So everything that we have done through different lifetimes is recorded in the akashas, right? And then through different things and different people and different circumstances, it can become a contract. Now, of course, we have different contracts. Like, we have a contract to marry so and so in this lifetime, or we have a contract to live in this country, or to move in this country, or to teach it. And those are all, a lot of these contracts are positive contracts, so that's okay. We let it be, we don't mess with them. Okay, whatever is good, let it be good, don't change it. But some things are a real pain, like it's a bone of contention. And in Hindi we say this thing called 36 ka akda. Okay, 36 ka akda, bone of contention. It's a problem. Like, no matter what you do, something or the other, some obstacle keeps coming up. You have no idea where it's coming from. How much ever you try to be nice to this person or try to make things work, it doesn't work. Okay, so and it's not only about a relationship, it can also be between friends, it can be between business partners, it can be between mother-daughter, parents and children, grandparents and children, relatives, siblings, so on and so forth. You can have a contract with anybody. So contract is basically just emotional baggage from past lives, energetic baggage from past lives. Okay, and when we clear it, we feel much lighter. The relationship starts to change, it starts to evolve, and we are giving it a clean slate. We're not, like, whatever has been in the past life, we are clearing that, or we're starting to clear that, and so that the person can now function from what they want in this life, from a clean slate, and not from past life pulls and irritations and things like that. Okay, of course, I always tell people that contract clearing doesn't mean that tomorrow your life will miraculously change. Though a lot of people have seen overnight results, they have got money overnight, people's behavior towards them has changed, a lot of difficult relationships have become normal. They have if they wanted somebody to leave them alone, that person has started leaving them alone. So a lot of things have happened. And I also say that we don't do contract clearing for a specific purpose between two people. We do it for the highest and best good between those people. Okay, I won't say that I'm doing this contract clearing because ABC wants to marry XYZ. I will say it, I'm doing this clearing for whatever is the best to happen between ABC and XYZ. Okay, so like that. And all we need is just two names. We don't need to know the history of the people, because as detached you are, as less as you know, the easier it is for you to clear. Because, and in contract clearing, I don't go and read what the contract is, I don't see what the problem is, I get an energetic sense of it. Okay, and sometimes a lot of obstacles that come in clearing the contracts. I understand the energy. Is it heavy, is it light, is it easy, is it sticky, what is it? So even when people clear it, they, as in students, people have learnt, when they clear it, they also get this sense, whether it was easy to clear, not easy to clear. Sometimes they have to do it once and it's done. Sometimes they have to do it 3-4 times and then it gets done. Okay, so that is what a contract is. And in order to learn contract clearing, though it is an Akashic process, you don't have to access the Akashas. You do it very much there is a prayer that changes your energy. It elevates your energy a little bit, and then you do the clearing, you do the prayer, and then you get grounded again. In any Akashic work, it's very important to come back into your body to get grounded, because we are on earth and we need to be grounded, in order to enjoy life on earth, in order to go about safely day to day. Because if you're ungrounded, then you have a lot of anxiety, you have fear, you have uncertainty, you have things don't show up for you, and you're like trying things are not happening. So it's very important to get grounded. So in Akasha contract clearing, though you are working with Akashas, you're not accessing the Akashas. You are very much in your space and doing it, and you are calling certain positive divine energies to you, and you're clearing it. And you always do it with a permission, or you do it for the highest and best good of so and so person. Okay, and so that is karmic contract clearing, and you don't need to be an Akashic reader in order to do this. You can just learn it and start clearing it. Clear for yourself, clear for your friends and family, clear for your clients, and then you will see the changes for yourself. You will see the changes for other people for whom you have done this clearing. Okay, and many people, especially like healers and readers, they have added this to the services that they offer, and they're doing pretty well with it. They're like, people have got amazing results with this process, and they themselves are also very happy with it. They also have got really good results with the process, like stuff which was stuck for years or for many months finally starts moving, or if they're feeling very anxious or fearful or whatever, and they do this process, it just brings them a lot of peace. Okay, so there are lots of benefits and good side effects of this clearing. Okay, so that is the karmic contract clearing process. And then the other process which I teach in the Akashas is, I don't teach Akashic reading because I am not I know how to do it, of course, but I don't know, it's just something that I didn't connect with to teach. And there is so many people offering Akashic reading, and I'm sure that many of them, I know some of them who are very good at it. So if that is their calling, if that is their pull, they're pursuing it, which is great. But I don't like reading Akashas too much, reading Akashic records too much. I love Akashic space, but I like when it comes to like messages for people and guidance and stuff. I love tarot because tarot is very grounded. Tarot gives you a head start. Tarot gives you pictures to interpret. Tarot gives you messages to interpret, and it's very grounded and it's very realistic. It's not about the highest possible situation in this outcome. It is about the realistic situation in this outcome. The realistic outcome in this situation. I'm so sorry about that. And also, Akashas also, it depends how good your reader is and how much detail they're getting, and so it, of course, if you find a good Akashic reader and you connect with them, you resonate with what they're saying, then you can stick with them and get your Akashic records read by them. And whoever is the right reader for you, or whoever is the right teacher for you, will you will be connected with them. Okay, you will somehow reach out to them and get connected to them, and then you can be on your Akashic journey. Alright, then Akashic angels would be Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raziel. Archangel Metatron is the keeper of the Akashic records. Even Archangel Raziel is like, you can say he's the Akashic librarian. Then sometimes I feel Master Merlin is connected to the Akashic records. Everybody has a different experience, and Archangel Michael, he's everywhere. He's protecting you wherever you are. Whether you're here or you're in the Akashas, he's always there to help you and protect you. Archangel Raphael is also sometimes associated with the Akashic records because he's connected to the third eye, he's connected to the heart center, he's connected to healing. So that's that. Moving on, we have, okay, right now the other thing is the manifestation in the Akashas. Okay, the manifestation in the Akashas is, now Akashas are huge. Akashas, there's so much of the Akashas, or the Akashic library, or the Akashic space that we actually know nothing about. Okay, and we are just exploring it. Okay, a lot of books, they say that like the Akashas are everywhere, because Akashas is space, is ether, and ether is everywhere. Okay, so anyway, if we talk technically about the Akashic library, there is so much that we have not explored. Like, think of it as of the earth. Okay, there is so much in the planet, on the planet, inside the planet, which we have not explored. Okay, so we can say that I don't know that this exists, I don't know if this is there, but I cannot say that, oh, I know for sure that this is not there. Okay, like even aliens, you're always debating whether aliens are there or not. Okay, apparently aliens are, like, which is beings from another planet, like literal physical beings from another planet, are living on some part of the earth. Okay, but anyway, that is a completely different conversation. But so in akashas and manifestation, what we do is we go to the akashic space, we access a certain part of the akashic space, and then we do a meditation, we channel a meditation, okay, according to our wishes, and then we integrate it into ourselves. So it's like if you follow a guided meditation on YouTube, or you follow anybody's meditation, but imagine if that meditation was custom made for you, for your wishes. Like, what do you want right now? What do you want regarding finances? What do you want regarding relationships? What do you want regarding your love life? What do you want in your health and fitness? So imagine if you could make a meditation like that. So not only are you're meditating in this, you have the benefit and that added positivity of the divine akashic space, which will anyway relax you. And you're also visualizing, because visualizing is a very powerful process, because our mind always thinks and works in pictures. Like if I tell you orange, okay, you will see the color orange, you will see the fruit orange. Okay, you will also see, you may remember something which is orange, maybe some clothing you have. Even if you see the color, or even if you see the spelling of orange, you will be seeing it like ORANGE. Okay, so the visuals that we have in our mind are very powerful, and in this process we learn to put positive, powerful visuals in our mind. We learn to feel these feelings, very positive, powerful feelings of having manifested something in our body. And with all our senses, we feel this, we see this, we kind of hear it, we put ourselves in that moment. And because the energy is so high and it's so pure, and the visuals are so positive and the visuals are so vivid, manifestation happens pretty fast. Of course, in this you don't need to read the akashas. You're not reading, you're going to one part of it, you're accessing that part of it, and you're working with that energy over there, and you're coming back. Okay, of course in this there is a grounding process which is very important. And imagine every day if you access the akashas like this, then how much you refine your energy, you cleanse your energy, you enhance your energy, and you feel good, because the akashic space is very relaxing, it's really calming, and it's very joyful. So if you're constantly connecting with these energies, imagine how much joy and change and peace will come into your life. Okay, so yeah, this is basically what I wanted to explain. Karmic contract clearing is the beginning of clearing the baggage that you have with other people or with any area of life, like love, health, fitness, weight, finances, a particular place, whatever. Okay, and you don't need to be an akashic reader for this. And secondly, whatever you do after this, okay, whatever healing you do will work better, because it's like how we do Ganesh mantra before doing any other mantra to remove obstacles. So this is like an obstacle remover. Okay, once again, you don't need to be an akashic reader. Secondly, in order to do this, okay, if you're doing even if you're doing manifestation in the akashas, it's a great follow-up to the akashic contract clearing, because it's like, okay, now you've cleared it, you feel good, so now let's enhance this good feeling, let's start manifesting. It's like, if you have put nail polish and then you remove it, okay, so then your nails are plain again, and then you can do whatever nail art you want on this. Alright, so yeah, and then so in manifestation in the akashas, we learn to create meditations for ourselves, meditative visualizations, and we get into the habit of meditation, visualizing, and feeling good, and focusing our energy on what we want and what we want to manifest. And this works in all areas of life, and you can do this for yourself, you can do it for your clients, you can do it for your family, for your friends, and they will get great results. Because again, from students and for myself also, by doing this, I have got really good results. Okay, so I hope this clarifies a lot of doubts, and I hope to see many of you all in the classes. And in any case, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for joining me on YouTube, for being on my Facebook, for being on my Instagram, and for being on my WhatsApp broadcast list. Thank you so much. My name is Janvi Patel. Bye for now.